Hi, I'm Janine and this is Janine Sews. In this channel, I talk about the trials and tribulations and fun of sewing a wardrobe for a woman over 50. In the last episode, I told you about the t-shirt that I entered into round one of the pattern review Sewing Bee for 2020. And I was really happy to be one of 50 people who moved to round two. So for round two, the challenge was to make something with pockets out of a woven. I'm not fast. I spend way too much time contemplating things and visualizing everything in my own head. So it's tough for me to do challenges like that where I have to figure out a lot of things that are new to me. So although I knew everybody else in the contest would probably do a jacket or pants, I just don't have the skill. So I decided to make something that I would wear, which is a skirt. I also decided to use a pattern that I had in my stash and fabric in my stash. So I didn't have a lot of choices for the fabric, but I did have a piece of stretch bottom weight in a khaki color that I picked up at Fabric Mart last year. And I intended to make pants with it, and that just ain't never gonna happen. Not for a long time till I really focus on fitting. So I decided to use that fabric for this skirt. And when I thought about what kind of skirt I wanted, I knew that I wanted something, I didn't want like a cargo skirt with a bunch of pockets that would draw attention to my hips or my bum or my stomach. I wanted something kind of simple. So I decided to use New Look 6106, which is a really simple yoked A-line skirt. And this may look familiar if you follow my vlog, because I used this same pattern last year with a border print, a floral border print, to make up a nice skirt. And I was quite happy with it. And the skirt has two pockets. So I decided to start with this pattern for the skirt. And then I had to stop and think about how I was going to embellish it. This is a nice basic pattern. It's very simple, so you could add a bunch of stuff onto it. And as I said, I didn't want to have pockets on the sides or anything. As much as I remember lovingly cargo skirts and cargo pants from the 80s, I was like a size 7 then. So it looked completely different than it would now. So the first pocket that I thought about adding is one that I used a couple of years ago in an attempt at pants, and that's Butterick 6526. This is a Lisette pattern, and these pants they have a beautiful design. They've got panels down the side, but the thing that I liked most about them is that in the back there's a yoke and there's an inseam pocket in the yoke. This skirt doesn't have a waistband, it has a yoke. So it was really simple to just grab the pocket from this pattern and add it to this pattern. And I decided to add only on one side. So I knew I was going to add this pocket, and then I started on the skirt, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the other pockets. Constructing the skirt, I made a couple of changes. The first thing that I did was add a smidge to the waist, because sadly my waist is not going anywhere. My hips are proportionally small compared to my waist. So I added a bit to the waist because I knew that the hips were quite generous in this. So added that bit, and then I tapered on the pattern. You'll see it's got a lot of A-line shape to it. Starting at the waist, I started tapering down. At the widest point of the hips, I took off about 2 inches, and at the hem, I took off over 8, because the skirt was just, it was really A-line, and it would kind of stick out a little bit. So started constructing the skirt, and went together very well. One thing that I did on it that I was quite pleased with myself about is I learned how to do a mock flat fell seam. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but here on the side, I serged the front and back pieces separately, then pressed them to one side and top stitched. And it actually looks really nice on the inside and the outside. So that's really a trick that I'll use again. I hadn't considered it before. I always thought it was going to be really complicated, but it wasn't. So did that seaming, then I went to add the pocket. And for the pocket, it's a pocket that you just really just insert in the seam. So it's super easy. I used the fashion fabric for the side of the pocket that faces me, and I used a remnant of cotton lawn for the side of the pocket that faces the skirt, just because I thought that would be a little bit softer and it wouldn't show through the fabric in the skirt as much, and I was right about that. So just popped that pocket in, got the rest of the skirt done, had a heck of a time with the zipper. It's like I completely forgot how to insert zippers. I had no idea what I was doing. First I did an invisible zipper, which I know how to do, and it didn't go in right. I couldn't find the right color for the zipper. You could see the zipper teeth, ripped that out, decided to do a lap zipper, and honestly, it was like a foreign language to me because I've been sewing so many knits that I've forgotten how to do zippers. So I struggled with that a lot. I think I picked it out 4 or 5 times before I finally got the zipper in, and it turned out pretty well. But it was just like I lost my mind there for a minute, and once again, it gave me great empathy for real beginners because a lot of this stuff is just a foreign language. So I got the zipper in, I got the skirt pretty much put together, and I knew I still wanted to add another pocket. And I wanted a pocket where I could put my phone. So I didn't want a big old honkin' side pocket. So I decided to add a detachable pocket. And I probably slept on that for 3 nights trying to figure out how to attach it. Do I use buttons? Do I attach it on the inside? Do I attach it on the outside? And what I finally wound up doing is, hoping you can see this. So here's the pocket. And it's attached with lobster clips here, 2 little D's. And the pocket just hangs. This can be easier to put on when I'm not wearing a skirt. So it just hangs there. So you can't really see it. That's what I wanted, something that was just not going to add a bunch of weight. Then when I don't want to wear it, I just pop it off. So I would do that on a jacket or something, or even on pants. But this is just a little bag with straps, and it's lined with the same cotton lawn that I used in the inseam pocket. So I attached that, and that was really about it for the skirt. So I had 4 pockets, and I did not make it to round 3 because people made really amazing things. Of course I'm disappointed, but this is one of those times when I looked at everybody else's entries and I said, there's no way I'm moving on. These things are fantastic. So I would love to have been sewing activewear madly this week, but I'm not. But I've got a skirt that I will certainly wear, especially on holidays and probably in the summer at work. So that was my big project. 2 updates. Finished my cushions for the kitchen. I'm just going to pop a picture up. I just really copied exactly the existing Ikea kitchen. I took one off carefully and used it as a template, and just recreated those cushions. So now we have nice, new, much better quality cushions in the kitchen. The second update is I have pictures of puppy Angie in her dog coat. So she's, apparently she really likes it. My sister said she was really thrilled. I've got little pictures and video here I'm going to pop in. And I'm hoping that it keeps little Angie quite warm this winter. I think that pattern would be a really fun craft sale project because it's quick to put together. You can use a piece of fabric and a fat quarter for the contrasting piece and then just line it with whatever. With flannel, I used fleece, but it's a really fun little project, and all you need is the fabric, the lining, the thread, and some Velcro. That's it. You could probably put buttons or something. And you know, the other thing I thought after I made the skirt is you could make a little bag like this, smaller of course, and put poochie little cleanup bags in here so you don't have to carry them. So those two projects are done. I'm working my way through the 2020 sewing goal list. I picked up 2 pieces of fabric at Mart this month. Just going to show you these. I don't know what I'm going to make with either of them. This is an ottoman knit. I don't know what that means, but on the one side it has vertical texture. On the other side it's just like typical double knit, but I don't know which side is the right side. I'm going to treat the textured side as the right side. This is just a beautiful kind of ice blue. Love this color. It is not the Pantone color of the year, but it's very pretty. And I think this would make a nice, well, you know, this would actually make a really nice cardigan with a little shell under it. I think I had something just like this at one point, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe that, maybe just a top. So I bought this, and this is a double brushed poly. Got the vertical design on it. Pretty. Nice summer stuff. It's probably a little warm for Georgia summer, but maybe for somebody who's somewhere where it's cooler in the summer, like in Canada. I just thought this was so pretty. Totally 1970s, isn't it? So I bought those 2 pieces of fabric. I also picked up a couple of pieces of fabric at Top Stitch. I'm not sure if I showed you, but if I didn't show you, I'll show you later. So the next project is another one on my big list for this year. And starting tonight, I'm going to work on the Fabulous fitting system on my dress form. So I finally have a dress form that fits me. So with this, you add pads to your existing dress form. And the thing that I'm kind of excited about is that as my body changes, / as I lose weight, I'll be able to take pads off. Can probably have some great celebration or something every time a pad comes off. So I'm going to start working on that tonight, and I will chronicle that for you and share it with you. I'm excited. I really hope that this works out. I don't really have any particular sewing projects in mind, really, because we're at that time of year where it's snowing on Saturday, and on Wednesday it's 65 degrees. So it's really hard to know what to sew, because my office is so cold that I'm still wearing winter clothes to work, but when I go outside it's like, you're dying. So no particular sewing projects, but you know I'm going to sew something, but I'm going to get this Fabulous Fit dress form thing going. That's what I have for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this and you have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload a new video, which is every couple of weeks, just click on the little bell. I do really appreciate you watching, and I hope that you are having a wonderful week. And I hope you're buying yourself something really wonderful for Valentine's Day, because if we don't shop for ourselves, who will? I'll see you soon.